Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Eman here from the C-List Villains podcast, and today I'm going to show you my new comic book day haul for March 2nd, 2022. Let's go! Before we get started, do me a favor, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that way you guys get notified anytime I drop any one of these new videos. Happy new comic book day, everyone. I hope that you guys are having an awesome day today. I'm hoping that you guys got all the books that you were looking for. I'm hoping that, well, everything was in the pull box, and I'm hoping that you also picked up something brand new to share with the rest of the community, because that's why we do these videos, right? This is exactly why we do this. So that way we can share with everyone what we picked up, maybe spark some interest. I picked up some new books this week. I don't know anything about them. I just saw them on the shelf, and I was like, hey, new book. It's shiny. It's pretty. I'm gonna pick it up. And let's see how it goes. Because you guys know me. Anyone who watches my channel, I like to pick up a brand new #1 indie just to see what it's about, just to see if I like it. If I'm digging it, cool. Let's move on. And if not, all right, cool. Then let's move on. But let's go ahead and get this started. First up on the dock, Loaded Bible. I don't know anything about this right here. Blood of My Blood. This is from the team of Seeley in Orlando, and I'm sure that they've done some Aftershock stuff, Aftershock comic stuff, but I forgot what it was because those names do sound familiar to me. But we'll see what this is. I know zero. I know nothing about this, so let's see what goes on with that one right there. Let's start a new adventure. It's always about starting a new adventure, right? Same thing with this one. Nita Hawes's Nightmare Blog. Now, I looked at the art on the inside of this one. I was like, dude, this is kind of creepy and eerie. Screw it. Let's pick it up. Let me just look into it and see. Let's see how it goes. Rodney Barnes is on here. Jason Sean Alexander. I think that's a pretty popular name in the industry. I think a lot of you guys like that person right there. So let's see how that one goes. Let's see what happens. By the way, this is going to be a totally image heavy haul because all I saw was image stuff this week. I was like, oh, let me get this, let me get that. Yeah. So let's see what happens, right? Rogue Sun. Now, I really I had a lot of positive, strong feelings about the Radiant Black series. Picked up some of the 1 in 25s, picked up some of the store variants. I'm like, okay, I have faith in this. It still hasn't grabbed me again yet like it did with those middle issues. Issues 6, 7, and 8 were actually really dope, and then it kind of fell off again. I thought that Supermassive was really underwhelming. I thought it really was. A lot of people liked it. I'm like, someone even recommended, look, read it like this. Go back and read it. Think of it as the beginning of an anime series where the protagonist doesn't know what they're doing. They're green behind the ears. They got all these powers, and they're still trying to find their way. I'm like, you know what? You put it that way, kind of makes sense. But when Rogue Sun was introduced, it seemed like this guy was already seasoned. He knew what was going on. This guy's from New Orleans, from what I read, in Supermassive. So he seems a little bit more of the Boy Scoutish type. We'll see how this one goes right here. I'm really hoping that we get something awesome, truly awesome out of the Radiant Black universe. So let's see what Rogue Sun has to offer with this one right here. All right, Noctarian #8. Now, the last issue was only okay, but overall the series has been super solid by Scott Snyder and art from Tony S. Daniel. Really, really good stuff. And let's see how this one goes. I want to say this is only 12 issues. So, we're 5 issues, including this one, 5 issues to the end. Let's see how that one goes. Let's see how that goes. That's all I say on this guy. Crossover number 12. So, Donny Cates, if you guys remember, the very first crossover, #1, the same similar design, person reading the comic book, head blowing up. Now, this person right here is reading this comic remember when crossover number 1 had all those variants and the person reading it had all these different covers, Spawn and you know, it was reading this one, and I thought that was really cool and nifty. I didn't look into seeing if this is, well, let's see if this is a variant or if it's a cover A. I'm going to check right now, because they do this thing where it's on the back of the comic books now, right? Where they tell you if it's a variant cover or not. And this is not a variant cover, so I'm thinking this is a cover A. Let me see. Donny Cates. Oh, check this out. Robert Kirkman actually wrote the first 10 pages of this one, and then Phil Hester and Klaus Janson drew the first 10 pages also. Oh, what's going on here? What's happening? And then it looks like there's only one cover, one variant cover by Martin Simmons. So our boy who does the Department of Truth art. Our boy, you know, because he's a friend of the show also, right? You know us at Martin. But yeah, it looks like that's just cover A. So let's see what's going on. That's actually interesting. I didn't even know Robert Kirkman wrote the first 10 pages, and then there's a different artist, the different team of artists in the first 10 pages. Let's see what's going on. Right, I'm on my lunch break, so I'm kind of trying to do this pretty fast, and I shouldn't rush it. So all right, moving on. Oh, Magic the Gathering number 12. I truly enjoy this. I really am loving this series. And I really wish I can explain this even better than beyond it's pretty. Look at the pictures and whatnot. But now we're at the point where the 3 planeswalkers, they kind of figured out, you know, who the big bad baddie is, what's happening, what they need to do to stop them and whatnot. I kind of did it out of order. I read issues 8, 10, and 11, and then missed 9, went back and read number 9. I was like, oh, 10, 11 makes so much more sense now. I really like this series. If you like fantasy, if you like magic, if you like, you know, almost sci-fi-ish, this is really the book to read. Forget the fact that you don't play the game. Forget the fact that, you know, I know nothing about the game. Honestly, you can forget it. Throw all that and just pick this up as a new comic book. And I guarantee you guys are going to really enjoy this one right here. This is the one that I really want to push a lot of people to read. Because to me, especially, like, I truly like, I shouldn't say I truly like, because I'm not a big fantasy kind of guy. I liked Lord of the Rings and whatnot. But the fantasy aspect, the way Jen McKay writes this right here, it's super dope. I love. This is one of my top, like, 3 monthly reads. I'm not even gonna lie. I really love the Magic the Gathering series. They're doing a phenomenal job with that one. Oh, and then this is the, this is a variant cover. This is the Hidden Spark variant with this eerie looking individual on the cover. I honestly picked it up because it was in my box. My boy Chris over there at the comic shop, he's like, oh yeah, you like magic, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one in. And I don't foresee it to like shoot up in price unless there's like a brand new character, like a big bad baddie in this one that we finally get introduced to, another one. But the art on this one is super dope actually. It's like brushed, black and white, this is actually super dope. I get to see this thing up close. I don't know if you guys can see that right there, but that's really solid work right there. Whoever this artist is, who's the artist in this one? You know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and open it up. I'll let you guys know who did this one right here. Hidden Spark variant. Oh, this is Jungun Yu. He's the one that did this one right here. Solid work, dude. Solid work. I'm digging that. This is wow. Don't tell AJ that I covered our cover. Moving on. Moon Knight number 9. Up and down. Another series that's up and down. I like the issues with Hunter's Moon on it. He's kind of going, where he was kind of going around taking Moon Knight's place while he was recovering from injury. But it looks like Moon Knight came back. I'm not a big fan of Moon Knight in the sense that a lot of people are. I'm liking the direction of this right here. You know, I'm getting to know who he is. So hopefully I can become a fan. I think Flash by Night called like the fans the loonies or something like that. But I'm digging it, and it's by Jen McKay. So again, I actually started picking up Moon Knight for two reasons. One, because of the show. Well, three reasons. One, I've always really been interested in Moon Knight, just never really knew where to jump on. Two, the show's coming up. And three, because Jed MacKay was doing it, who's also doing magic. So, you know, this is a Jed MacKay type episode right here. Batman number 121. What I like about this recent series right here is that it's not as flashy as the Tynion. It's not as bubbly. It's not as bubblegum as the Tynion series. Like, the Joker War stuff was dope. I truly love the Joker War stuff. But after that, the Future State stuff, I'm like, all right, this is too much. The Cyberpunk stuff, I was like, all right, this is a little too much for me, you know? So I kind of like how it kind of went back to a little bit more of a chill aesthetic. And finally, that last book came back. The Nice House on the Lake. There was a little hiatus. You know, they're like, we're gonna take a little bit of a break from The Nice House on the Lake. Left us on a cliffhanger, kind of like a mid-season finale, like what they do with The Walking Dead, where it just kind of stops mid-season, takes a little break, and then continues on. I really like this book. It's super interesting. We find out that one of the kids, one of the guys, one of the people who were supposed to be in the house is actually somewhere else. And he's like, oh my god, you're here. And, like, all this stuff up and, you know, happens, and they start to piece things together. So the question is like, what exactly is happening? Still, nobody knows what's going on outside of the area of the house, the Nice House on the Lake, and it's you kind of wonder, like, is it an invasion? Is the whole world on fire? Is it just New York? Or, you know, what are they seeing? Is it all psychological? Walter is an interesting creature.
Interesting ones are the monsters. Oh dear, that'll never stay. We'll just have to have a permanent.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm really looking forward to finishing this series right here because it's super dope. I love the feel of it for sure. Well, that's my haul for today, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Now, remember, I co-host the C-List Villains podcast. New episodes come out every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come and hang out with us live in the chat on the C-List Villains podcast. And also, do me a favor, let me know down in the comments below. What do you guys think of the new setup? I went ahead and worked on it. My stepdaughter helped me paint the walls. My daughter helped me set up some of the stuff behind me. So, you know, I'm trying to change things up, you know, constantly moving, constantly shaking, making sure that I have a decent enough look that makes me comfortable to be able to share with you guys. So the stuff that I did before, it looked super low budget, and, you know, and tried to cut corners. And I was like, you know what? Let me spend a little bit of money. Let's try to upgrade the look of the studio. So do me a favor, let me know what you guys think of the studio. You know, I'm going to be shooting from different angles as time goes on, so that way, you know, change up the look a little bit. All right, you guys, that's it for this episode of Eman's new comic book day haul. This is for March 2nd, 2022. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Until the next issue, deuces.